Is your baby ugly? You spent months developing your new website, having brainstorming sessions with upper management, your graphic artists, content developers, and finally you put this all together. And right after you launch, you realize that no one's clicking on your special offers, your bounce rate is over 80%, and people are calling in complaints that they can't figure out how to navigate your website. Then the panic sets in. You realize that your baby is ugly and you have created a landing page that sucks. The reality in today's internet marketing is that we are bombarded with over 3,000 marketing messages each day. And unless we've taken some time to understand the psychology of our users, have an understanding of usability, how to use triggers in our copywriting, and we have a firm grasp on who our perfect customer is, we are setting ourselves up for failure. Hi, I'm Roy Ryer from SEO Training SW.com, and last night the Arizona Interactive Marketing Association featured landing page optimization expert Tim Ash, who's the co-founder of SiteTuners and author of Landing Page Optimization, who gave a 1-hour presentation titled Your Baby is Ugly, and discussed the 7 deadly sins of landing page design. Sin number 1, unclear call to action. What am I supposed to do now? This is the last question you want to have a potential customer say when they arrive on your website. From the perspective of your visitor, you should have a clear and obvious path that they can follow to get them closer to their goal. If your visitors have to think and spend time of what to do next, they will leave. Tim further explained that visitors to your website have an attention span of a lit match, and you have less than 1/20th of a second to make a first impression. If they're not instantly impressed of what they see, they will leave your website to find one that is better. So here are some solutions. Focus on what matters the most. Turn down the noise on your landing page by eliminating those flashy visual elements that are so distracting. And apply the obvious standard. If your call to action is not obvious, you are losing money. Your call to action should be above the fold. Sin number 2, too many choices. When we overwhelm a visitor with too many choices, they will become confused. To have a successful landing page, we need to be able to lead the visitor to their goal with a limited amount of choices. People process images 400 times faster than text. So consider using imagery in a fashion to enhance your visitors to process important call to actions on your website and also to aid in navigation. Your homepage only has one purpose, and that is to move your visitors off it as quickly as possible to the more important sales pages on your website. Think of your homepage as the kitchen sink of your website that will guide your visitors toward their goal. So here are some solutions. Think about using a visual grid and using shortcuts to reduce the reading scan. Categorize choices into small groups. Sin number 3, asking for too much information. We as internet marketers have become greedy in that we ask for way too much information. Just imagine walking into a brick and mortar store and the clerk at the door asks you if they may hold on to your credit card while you shop. What would your reaction be? Yet many of us in internet marketing are doing this very same thing today when we ask for a mailing address, telephone number, and other personal information just to be able to download a free ebook. Well, consider giving away this free ebook away for, well, really free by not asking for any information at all. If they find the information contained in your book interesting, they will follow up with you with your contact information within the book, and you're not burdened with all those email lists of worthless prospects. So here are some solutions to think about. Only ask for information that is required to complete the transaction. If you can, collect the email address early on so you can follow up with the client if he abandons the process. Collect additional information from your client later on during a later stage of the process. Sin number 4, too much text. Remember as children when we watched the Charlie Brown cartoons And when all the adults spoke, all we heard was blah, 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 blah. This is the same thing our customers hear when we overload them with too much sales information. They will respond by hitting the back button and going someplace else. Here are some solutions. Use headlines and also well-positioned links. Use bulleted lists to cover any key areas and remove all the subjective claims that you cannot support without any factual information or evidence. Sin number 5, not keeping promises. Search for information about the best digital camera on Google today, and in number 1 position in Google AdWords, you're going to see an ad from Consumer Reports for a free camera guide. You think to yourself, I know Consumer Reports, I can trust them, and then you click on this ad. However, when you arrive on their website, you see a big button, and this button says, Join Today, and you have to join before you can ever read this free report. Do you feel that you've been lied to? Will you ever trust Consumer Reports again? This can be called a profit prevention system because you just failed to deliver on what you promised, and your visitors will leave frustrated and angry. Here are some solutions. Be clear in your advertising and in your links of what you're promising. Repeat the text and/or keywords of the destination page to reaffirm their decision. Don't make false claims on what you'll deliver. Sin number 6, visual distractions. Things that flash, flicker, or move around is annoying, and graphic designers are often frustrated artists. They often want to think outside the box and express their creativity on your website. Also, how many of those websites have you visited that you see the same girl with the same headset being the customer service representative, or those same group of guys in their suits that are supposedly the management team? Here are some solutions. Remove the chrome and the flashy, blinky things that compete with your call to action. Replace those generic stock images on your site with professional photography that would enhance communications and trust. Sin number 7, lack of credibility or trust. Unless you work for Coke, Red Bull, or some Fortune 500 company, chances are that nobody's ever heard of you or your company. So yet you're faced with making a positive first impression in under 1/20th of a second. Building trust can be one of the most difficult tasks in development of your landing page. Here are some solutions. Use well-known trust symbols on your website above the fold and in prominent locations. Create a butterfly collection by using logos of your clients on your website. Feature your relevant policies, guarantees, and other points of difference so they can be seen and understood when the visitor first comes to your website. From ugly baby to superstar marketer. Seems all so simple, right? Well, it is if you take one step at a time. You can easily start changing your ugly baby website right now by finding just one thing on Tim's list and start the transformation to supermarketer today. Hey guys and gals, this is Roy Ryer from SEOTrainingSW.com. I want to thank you for watching, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.